If world leaders were on TikTok, de-risk would be trending. It's the talk of the town, a geopolitical obsession aimed at the one and only China. Countries are trying to loosen the dragon's claws on global supply chains, trying to reduce their dependence on Chinese suppliers. It sounds moderate, almost surgical, a far cry from outright decoupling. But it has started biting China's prospects. Data released over the past month proves this. Manufacturing in China contracted in the month of October. Exports shrank by 6.4% in October compared to last year. While this was unexpected, it came on the heels of China's worst quarter, which obviously only made matters worse. I'm talking about the period of July to September this year. Foreign direct investment, or FDI, hit its first ever quarterly deficit in China, a deficit of $11.8 billion. And this was a historic low. It is bound to have long-term consequences for Beijing, which is also looking at a weakening yuan, decreased capital investments, clipped economic growth potential, and worse unemployment. Remember, the unemployment rate in China is already at a record high. This is not good news for the world's second largest economy. But China has only itself to blame for all of this. Companies say China has become quote-unquote uninvestable with its anti-espionage law, the multiple raids, exit bans, and slow regulatory approvals. So this past year, foreign investors have been moving away from Beijing. From electric vehicle batteries to pharmaceutical supplies, they've all been exploring alternatives, especially the pharma companies. For nearly 2 decades, China was their favorite, the preferred location for drug makers, be it for pharmaceutical research or manufacturing. And this was due to its low cost and speed. But now the West is asking its companies to de-risk their supply chains. And the same companies are icing Beijing out. And when one door closes in China, another opens in India. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is worth $42 billion. But now it is booming more than ever. Reports say it is benefiting from Beijing's pharma walkouts. Let me explain how. Western pharma companies outsource drug development to something called CDMOs. That's Contract Development and Manufacturing Organizations, CDMOs. These companies are based in countries like India and China. In India, the CDMO industry is worth $15.6 billion. In China, it's over $27 billion. But with de-risking, Indian CDMOs are seeing a boost. Some of them have seen sales grow by 25 to 30%. Revenues are expected to grow by over 11% annually. This is for the next 5 years, 11% growth in India. For China, the same projection is 9.6%. So Indian companies are projected to grow faster. And that's not all. Greenfield investments have also seen a drop. Now, what is a greenfield investment? It is where a parent company creates a subsidiary in a different country. American and European companies are moving away from China. Such investments have dropped by $20 billion compared to last year. Meanwhile, in India, greenfield investments have shot up by $65 billion between 2021 and 2022. That's an increase of 400%. So the shift is evident, and China is feeling the pinch. It is reacting almost like a jilted lover. Listen to this.
We are willing to work with all countries to build a closer industrial chain and supply chain partnership. We will deepen international cooperation in the industry chain and supply chain with practical actions. We will treat Chinese and foreign enterprises equally so as to provide more convenience and better protection for everyone to invest and do business.
It seems Beijing despises the China +1 strategy. For China, 3 is a crowd, but the West disagrees. And for a change, it is walking the talk, slowly but surely de-risking from China.